We are starting now. Gibran, we are starting now. Uh, yeah, please give me a cue. We are starting now.
Yes, Raki, we can start.
Okay. Are we live now?
Yes, Raki, we are live.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all of you who have joined us today for our today's flagship program, IACC COVID Crusaders Awards 2020 from India. And a very, very good morning for all of you who have joined us from USA. Welcome you all. Well, before I start the program officially, I would like to greet and welcome our chief guest of today's program, Honorable Governor Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji. Good evening, sir. We also have with us our guest of honor, US Consul General Mumbai, David Rance. Good evening, sir. I greet all our dignitaries, esteemed guests, and all of our audience who are present here with us today. I'm your host for this evening, Rakhi Panda, Regional Director, IACC West India Council. I would like to begin by thanking each one of you for taking the time out of your extremely busy schedules and spending time with us today. This evening is a celebration that recognizes those individuals and organizations from India and US who have done an outstanding philanthropic work in times of this pandemic, COVID-19. Their contributions have brought smiles and happiness to people affected and have made this world a better place to live in. The solidarity and generous acts of these individuals and organizations from both the countries have also strengthened the humanitarian ties, other than the very important business and trade ties that we have and built. Without further ado, I would like to request our regional president, Mr. Naushad Panjwani, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, West India Council, to officially welcome you and set the tone for the evening. But before I request Naushad, I would like to quickly introduce you all to our regional president of IACC West India Council. Mr. Naushad Panjwani is the chairman of Mandaris Partners, a cross-border investment banking firm. Naushad is a chartered accountant and in the past has worked at Knight Frank India as the senior executive director for the last 15 years. He's a past president of Bombay Chartered Accountants Society. Naushad is also director of ITI Mutual Fund and other listed companies. Naushad was the co-chairman of the Real Estate Committee of Indian Merchants Chamber. He has a deep understanding of all aspects of real estate, and this is reflected in the book Real Estate Laws, co-authored by him, and believe me, which sold over 7,000 copies. A prominent columnist, a panelist in frontline business media. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Naushad Panjwani. Over to you, Mr. Naushad Panjwani. Naushad, you're on mute.
Thank you, Rakhi, for the lovely introduction. And good evening to all my friends from India, and good morning to my friends from the USA who have joined in. I must tell you, I'm extremely happy today for two reasons. First, the annual awards, which has been a flagship event of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce for all these years, which is finally happening by our adapting scenario. We are being able to pull this through. Secondly, nothing gives me more pleasure than welcoming you all today for this award ceremony, which will recognize individuals and organizations who have done tremendous good for the nation, the world, and humanity in times of such an unprecedented pandemic. We have seen people selling off their personal belongings to help others. We have seen people go out of their way, burning midnight oil and pulling off through acts of philanthropy from thousands of miles away. When the chain of virus had to be broken, the chain of solidarity and humanity became stronger. Today, I extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Governor Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji, our guest of honor, Mr. David Rance, US Consul General Mumbai, our esteemed winners, our esteemed members of the jury, our sponsors, partners, my advisors for this event, the program chair, Mr. Anand Desai and Ms. Purvi Desai. I welcome Ms. Rajalakshmi Rao, our national president, members of the executive committee, IACC regional presidents and branch chairs, and all our attendees. Thank you all for joining us. I thank each one of you for making time to attend this function. Thank you, Honorable Governor Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji, for gracing this occasion and raising the stature of the ceremony. As the regional president of IACC, I cannot escape and I have to perform my duty of introducing this organization to those who may not have heard of this organization or may not know about its achievements. This establishment, this IACC, was established 50 years ago. We are the only bilateral chamber headquartered in India. We have 13 offices across the country and 4 regional headquarters. Our member base of almost 2,000 companies and individuals comprise large corporates, startups, companies, individuals, and MSMEs, all of whom have cross-border business or an interest in doing business with the United States. We have 13 MOUs between chambers of commerce across the United States. Throughout the year, we had many events to promote understanding, trade, and collaboration between the two countries and host several US delegations when they visit India. Dear friends, we encourage you to join the chamber if you're not already a member. Together, we can all make the government's dream of $500 billion Indo-US trade a reality. With these words, I welcome you all to the IACC COVID Crusaders Award 2020. I welcome you all with a prayer that we can together bid farewell to the COVID at the earliest. Enjoy the evening and join hands in applauding the award winners. Thank you. Over to you, Raki.
Thank you, Naushad, for officially setting the stage. We look forward to a very, very interesting evening. Now, I would like to request Mr. Anand Desai, our program chair and advisory board member, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce West India Council, to kindly deliver the theme address. Mr. Anand Desai is the founder and managing partner of DSK Legal. He is recognized as a leading lawyer by various international legal publications. He has featured in the book titled 100 Legal Luminaries in India, published by LexisNexis. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Governor, Consul General, committee members, and I should actually say most importantly for this event, Mr. Naushad Panjwani, the WIC President. It was really a joy to see the nominations this year and the initiative to move with the times away from the corporate excellence awards that we've had for the last 15 years and do something really timely to recognize great achievements at a time when there's so much uncertainty and so many difficulties that people are facing. The concept of awards was started some years ago by the Chamber to recognize performance, corporate excellence of Indian companies in America, American companies in India, and individuals who really stood out in terms of international trade, commerce, and assisting growth of both these activities that are so important. We had a very eminent jury for selection of these winners, outstanding nominations, and it was genuinely heartwarming to find so many people, so many organizations doing fantastic work across in the United States and India. The nominations are segregated into the following categories, in each of which there are awardees after shortlisting. One is the individual category from India and the United States, a foundation category from India and the United States, NGO category from India and United States, corporate category, MSME and startups, and bureaucrats in each category from India and the United States. I look forward to a wonderful evening. It's a great way to adapt to the situation and have an online award function. And in advance, let me congratulate the winners and Indo-American Chamber for having put together a fantastic event. Good evening.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address. Well, this year, the award has been have been selective under the keen eye of our eminent jury panel. These individuals are front-running leaders that represent fields from across the spectrum of the industry. To give you more details on the award process, the jury, the selection, and the entire shortlisting of nominations, I would request our program co-chair, Ms. Purvi Chotani, to share a brief address about shortlisting nominations process. Ms. Purvi Chotani is the founder and managing partner of LawQuest International, an immigration and employment law firm headquartered in Mumbai. Purvi has been consistently nominated amongst the world's leading private practice lawyers in Who's Who Legal each year since 2009, and has been the recipient of Social Impact Initiative of the Year Award for pro bono services. I would now request Purvi to take over. Please, over to you, Purvi.
Thank you, Rakhi. Greetings to everybody from Florida. Greetings to our esteemed chief guests, our guest of honor, members of the jury, our national and regional president, and our audience. Congratulations, Naushad. Your never say die attitude and innovative ideas in the face of a zillion challenges this year has been amazing. It's been a pleasure working with you, Anand, and the IACC team on this award selection. This time, Naushad has rightly chosen to recognize heroes who've gone the extra mile to selflessly help others in the face of this terrible pandemic. It's a silver lining to this terrible cloud that we are all under. Thank you for asking me to be a co-chair. Our jury members will be shortly visible to you on the screen. We will put up a list of the jury members and you will recognize many of them. Rakhi, may we have that slide, please? Rakhi, the slide of jury members.
Purvi,
okay, I will list them.
Yes.
So the jury members were Mr. Dinesh Agarwal, Mr. Harish Mehta, Dr. Lalit Basin, Dr. Lalit Kanodia, Mr. Nanik Rupani, Mr. Pranay Vakil, Mr. Sailesh Haribhakti, and Mr. Suresh Kotak. Choosing the best has been an extremely difficult task because we were trying to select the best of the best. We had considered 76 nominations that were put together by Rakhi Panda and Rajesh Bhagat painstakingly. After that, Anand and I, with inputs from both Rakhi and Rajesh, shortlisted 41 entries across all the categories that Anand listed for you a little while ago. The information about each nominee was presented to the jury in a virtual meeting, and voting was by electronic secret ballot, and results were available instantaneously. It was a very well-run selection process that Rakhi and team put together. The jury members were objective and abstained from participating if there was a conflict, making the process unbiased and transparent. Congratulations to all the winners and the nominees. We are grateful for your contribution to society in these tough times. Over to you, Rakhi.
Thank you, Purvi, for your address. Now, I would like to call upon our National President, Ms. Rajalakshmi Rao, to deliver a special address to this August gathering. Ms. Rao is the Director of Reva Sports and Directors on boards of multiple reputed companies like Mahindra and Reliance. She is a former member judge of the National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission and the founder chairperson of All India Foundation of Deaf Women. She is the recipient of multiple awards and she is the National President of Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening to all distinguished guests in India and good evening to all distinguished guests from US. Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji, Namaskar. Mr. Consul General David Rance, good evening. I'm honored to be in your presence and share this space with all of you here. Economic and social life across the world got disrupted as a result of COVID-19. It is having and will have serious ramifications across various phases of the world over, and international trade being a major one of them. Now this pandemic has highlighted the importance of even stronger India-US collaboration to deal with the challenges. My compliments to IACC's West India Council members and especially our President Naushad Panjwani for such a novel approach. The last many years, West India Council used to recognize excellence in Indo-US trade arena. This year's initiative of COVID Crusaders Awards is totally new and novel and needs to be supported by the business community. The private sector has been playing a huge role in strengthening the efforts of the governments of all over. We have heard of organizations helping, but what is more commendable is individuals are reaching out to the poor and vulnerable masses suffering because of the pandemic. We have seen acts of kindness and generosity from many donating sanitizers and PPE kits to running shelters for animals, ambulance services, home cooked food for senior citizens and migrant workers, establishing quarantine facilities and much, much more. The doctors and medical staff are also working very hard and like heroes at the front line. My thanks to all of them for keeping the community healthy and safe. I feel very happy that we are able to recognize the real heroes during the pandemic through COVID Crusaders Awards. I'm looking forward for this wonderful evening with all the jury members and the winners and showcasing their kindness and compassion to one and all. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful words. IACC has a very long-standing association and friendship with US Consulate General Mumbai, and their untiring support towards our, all our endeavors is irreplaceable. And today we have our guest of honor, no one else but David Rance, Consul General, Mumbai, US Consul General, Mumbai. For that, I would request Naushad to kindly introduce our guest of honor, US Consulate General David Rance, please. Over to you, Naushad.
Thank you, Rakhi. It's my pleasure to introduce our friend of IACC, guest of honor, US Consul General, Mr. David Rance, is a native of New York and a career diplomat since 1992. Mr. Rance is the Consul General of the United States of America in Mumbai. A member of the Senior Foreign Service, Mr. Rance previously served as Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for South Asia, which included India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Maldives, in the Bureau of South and Central Asian Affairs, and as Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for Pakistan. Mr. Rance was the 2004 recipient of the US Department of State's Herbert Salzman Award for International Economic Performance and 2013 runner-up for the James Clement Dunn Award for Excellence. Mr. Rance has also received 6 State Department Superior Honor Awards and a US Department of the Army Commanders Award for Public Service from General David Petraeus. Please join me in welcoming the guest of honor, Consul General David Rance, and I look forward to hearing your views today.
Thank you so much, Naushad, for that kind introduction, and it really is an honor to be here today at the invitation of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. As Rakhi noted, the U.S. consulate community has enjoyed a strong relationship with IACC throughout the years. I'm delighted to be part of today's ceremony. I want to thank in particular IACC National President Rajalakshmi Rao and of course Western Region President Naushad Panjwani for hosting this special event. I extend warm greetings to the Honorable Governor of the state of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari. The individuals and businesses being awarded today all played a vital role in addressing the COVID-19 crisis. I'm proud to say I have worked closely with many of them, admire their contributions, and count some of them among my friends. I would like to thank the member firms of the IACC for the unsung contributions, small and large, that you made in an effort to keep our communities safe. The business community rallied in ways we could not have imagined in the first weeks of the lockdown. American and Indian companies went to great efforts to make sure their employees were safe and had the computers and other tools that they needed to keep vital businesses like financial networks operating. I heard from small businesses that took painstaking steps to ensure their plants were safely operating with proper social distancing guidelines, meanwhile working for the common good by turning out life-saving materials to supply medical safety and maintenance firms. We learned of others who found new sources and new ways to transport their materials to the next step in the supply chain. India's thriving pharmaceutical industry quickly moved into action to sign many of the first licenses with US companies to manufacture medicines and potential vaccines to fight COVID-19. And we are, of course, grateful to the government of India and Indian pharmaceutical companies that have provided medicines to the US during the pandemic. The world we find ourselves in today is very different from the world we were in when we last celebrated the annual awards. Trade statistics measuring the impact of the global pandemic show a reduction in the flow of goods between our countries in both directions. While discouraging, the numbers demonstrate how interdependent our supply chains are. We buy each other's raw materials, and we buy each other's components to make bigger and more complex products. The slowdown in both imports and exports shows us how crucial international trade and supply chains are to the well-being of any country. The most successful organizations evolve to meet the challenges of the environment. India has a unique, once-in-a-generation opportunity to evolve into a supply chain manufacturing hub, with foreign investment leaving China and looking for a new home. India can be that new home by easing foreign direct investment regulations. The easier it is to invest in India for both Indians and foreigners, the easier it is to create jobs in India. US companies are currently the biggest source of foreign direct investment in India, which reached almost $46 billion in 2018. US investment pays the salaries of millions of Indians. India can attract more jobs by making it easier for foreign companies to invest here. Things like lower tariffs, enabling free, fair, and reciprocal trade, the free flow of data across borders, and fewer restrictions in e-commerce would stimulate trade and generate jobs for both India and the United States, and a more attractive market for potential investors. Unforeseen changes in regulations affecting profitability can have detrimental consequences for any investor. That is why all investors crave regulatory stability and regulatory transparency. Otherwise, business is too unpredictable. And frankly, India is competing with countries that have much more predictable regulatory regimes. India needs robust, sustainable, and inclusive economic growth to enable it to play its rightful role as a world leader and a pillar of the Indo-Pacific. A prosperous, vibrant Indian economy is in the national security interest of both India and the United States. Tonight, we celebrate the organizations that have inspired us and motivated us to do as they have in turning a crisis into an opportunity. This virtual room is filled with entrepreneurs who have worked creatively and with determination to invest, build, and maintain strong international business. Your work has demonstrated vision, compassion, and courage in the face of great adversity. I wish you all the best in taking your businesses to even greater heights. Congratulations to those being recognized tonight with COVID Crusader Awards. And thank you, IACC, for being a partner to the US mission in India and for the opportunity to celebrate with you tonight.
Thank you, Consul General Raj. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Your team's support has been invaluable, and we look forward to a continued strong relationship with the US Consulate all across the country. Sir, we would like to felicitate you for gracing this occasion today and for making it successful. So I would request Naushad to say a few words about our green certificate, as we call it. Over to you, Naushad, please.
So, David, we are unable to present to you something in person physically. So we are doing something which we've been doing for a long time, even before this pandemic, is to plant a tree on your behalf somewhere in one of the jungles of West Bengal. The beauty of it is that this certificate has a tracking number, and the tree which is planted in your name, you can go anytime online and see your tree and know the progress and the growth which is there. And I think this is something which serves everybody very well, and I'm sure you'll be very happy to see a tree somewhere growing in your name. So with this, please virtually accept this. We'll courier this to you in some time, and you'll receive the physical certificate also. Let's applaud his.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Naushad. Thank you once again, Consul General Rance. Well, as a bilateral chamber, we have developed very strong liaison with all our US partners. And today, our next guest of honor is Honorable Governor of Arkansas, Mr. Asa Hutchinson. I would request Naushad to kindly introduce our next guest of honor, Mr. Asa Hutchinson, please.
Thank you, Rakhi. Our guest of honor, Honorable Governor of Arkansas, Mr. Asa Hutchinson, is unable to be present because of some scheduling conflicts, but he has been very kind to record his message and send it to us. So here's the introduction. The Honorable Governor of Arkansas was sworn in as the 46th Governor of Arkansas in January of 2015 and immediately set in motion his plan to bring more jobs and economic growth to his native state. Governor Hutchinson kept a major campaign promise by working to pass the biggest income tax rate cut in state history. His initiative to require computer coding classes in every public high school makes Arkansas a national leader and signals to business everywhere that our students will be prepared for the 21st century economy. In addition, the governor's emphasis on government efficiencies, including a hiring freeze instituted on his first day, have resulted in taxpayer savings and better focused state services. Before being elected governor, he served as the director of the Drug Enforcement Administration and as the first undersecretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Voters in Arkansas' 3rd district also elected him to the Congress 3 times. A graduate of the University of Arkansas Law School, he, at the age of 31, was appointed by the President Reagan as the nation's youngest U.S. attorney. Thank you, Governor, for taking the time out of your busy schedule and sending us your message.
I met with business leaders so that I could tell them that Arkansas is a great place to do business and for foreign direct investment. But they don't have to take my word for that. They can talk to the Indian companies that already have opened plants in Arkansas. My economic development team works hard to find the companies that are the right fit for Arkansas. We are creative in finding ways to make it possible for companies to expand to our state. Congratulations to tonight's winners. 2020 has been a difficult year for everyone. I commend you for continuing with your businesses and your philanthropic work in spite of COVID-19. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Honorable Governor. And now we would like to felicitate our guest of honor, Honorable Governor Asa Hutchinson, please.
Yes, Rakhi. So virtually, we offer this certificate to him, and which we will courier in times to come. And now let's come to the chief guest.
Sure. So as we all know, today we are honored to have amongst us the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji. So I would request Mr. Naushad Panjwani to kindly introduce our chief guest of the day, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra. Over to you, Naushad.
Thank you, Rakhi. Chief guest, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji. I welcome you on behalf of IACC, and it is my pleasure to introduce a dignitary like you to our audience. Though you do not need any introduction, but it is my pleasure to perform this pleasant task. Shri Koshyari ji assumed the office of the Governor of Maharashtra in September 2019. He brings with him a vast and varied experience of public service. He had a successful career as teacher, author, and journalist. Bhagat Da, as he is known affectionately, has tremendous grassroots presence and is known as a people's leader. We are honored with his presence and request him to address the audience. This introduction could have been very long. There is so much that is achieved, but it is only and only at his request that I have kept the introduction to bare minimum. Thank you, sir, and please welcome, and we look forward to your message.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. David Rand, Consul General of United States in Mumbai, Ms. Rajalakshmi Rao, Sri Naushad Panjwani ji, and all other distinguished members, particularly the members of jury and all the awardees. I'm very thankful that a man like me, Panjwani knows, who has risen from the dust, and he has been invited just to give the awards to grace the occasion of the captains of industry. So this seems somewhat contradictory. A humble man who has risen from the dust, and he has been invited as the chief guest and to award and to felicitate the great industrialists and the great philanthropist. So I thank you and I congratulate all of you. I think this Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, it's doing a very, very human service to both of India and America. And really, in fact, this is, you are someone telling good evening, the others was telling good morning. So I'm just remembering when I was a student or maybe later on, I read somewhere, the writer said, East is East and West is West. Twin can never meet. But today, Mr. Panjwani, you people have met both East and West. Not only East and West, the morning and the evening. Here it is evening and there it is morning. So one side, good evening, the other side, good morning. And I think that such coincidence hardly happens. So I particularly thank you for this. I don't know that I speak more because particularly I thank you all because you all expressed in minimum words the maximum message. So I can only say that all those awardees, I calculate them, they are all very big dignitaries, very big industrialists. Today, when we are all going through the COVID era, I think that in future, when history will say this 2019 and 2020, maybe further also, the COVID era, it will be maybe in the Oxford University may add a new word, that is COVID era. So we are going through this COVID era, and both America and India they are the biggest in, I think, the what you call republics, and we are all very close. Our relations day by day are improving, and not only relations. I think the big democracies diplomatically and on business or otherwise, even in the field of education or in all the fields, our relations are so good and so much improving day by day. So, but this type of events like giving awards, and particularly I feel myself very privileged that you are giving lifetime achievement to Ratan Tata, and Ratan Tata really deserves it. And also that I just Mr. Governor Hajjan Singh was speaking here, and I am happy to say, Pajwani, that Mr. Hajjan Singh was here in Raj Bhavan also. And I expect him and you and all others again to be in the Raj Bhavan, to be the guest of the Raj Bhavan. So I congratulate him and you and all the other awardees also. I think we are very going through the very crucial times. And in these crucial times, particularly in India, what I feel, that all the economy has been badly affected. But problems are there, apart from the COVID, the economic problem, the employment problem, that these such problems are there. And I hope that all these awardees, they are such big names that I hope that all of our awardees, they are so eminent persons, they are all philanthropists, not only mere industrialists, but they are philanthropists, they are all very kind-hearted. So, Indo-American, this Chamber of Commerce will really, I hope that it will become the Chamber of philanthropy and the Chamber of doing good to the poor, doing to the nation, to both the nation. And I'm very happy, and I only my good wishes, my best wishes to you, and hope that in future also our relations strengthened day by day, and such other further events from time to time you arrange them, and I have all good wishes for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Honorable Governor Shri Koshari ji, for your words of wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. We would like to felicitate you now.
Koshari ji, firstly, thank you so much for all your kind words and all your blessings, and also your Adesh of IACC doing philanthropic work. I assure you that this will continue in years to come. And I take this opportunity to inform you that in the next week, we are doing one program where we are bringing lawyers from USA and India who are going to discuss the judicial developments of women's rights, the workplace security, equality, pay equality, safety, all of these issues which women in both the countries are grappling with, and we are making an attempt to bring lawyers from both the countries to come and discuss and see if the laws are right, they need further modifications, and what suggestions can be there. So Koshari ji, thank you for your blessing, and we will your Raj Bhavan has a lovely green, it doesn't require, but on your behalf, we will still be planting a tree in West Bengal, and we'll courier this certificate to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Naushad. And thank you, Honorable Governor, Sir Shri Koshari ji, once again. So now we move on to the second part of the program, which is our award ceremony. So before we do that, let us watch a short video of our gold sponsor, Executory Technologies. Well, that was Signity Technologies for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to felicitate our winners and recognize their achievements. We have arrived the most awaited section of the evening today, the awards ceremony. So to begin with our awards ceremony, the first award is for the exemplary work done by an individual in India. To present the award, I would like to request Mr. Rajesh Bhagat, who is our program coordinator and also the chairman for the Real Estate Committee, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, West India Council, to kindly announce the award. Over to you, Mr. Bhagat.
Thank you, Rakhi, and good evening, everyone from India, and good morning, everyone from USA. I'm pleased to present the first award of the evening, the award for exemplary work done by an individual in India goes to Mr. Kader Sheikh from Gujarat. Mr. Sheikh converted his 30,000 square feet office into a 85-bed COVID-19 facility with oxygen facilities giving free treatment. And he also agreed to supply medical staff and equipment at the facility with 15 ICU beds in Surat's Adajan area. He made a separate space for doctors and nurses and a kitchen dining area providing daily food for patients. So congratulations, Mr. Sheikh.
गुड इवनिंग सभी को मेरा सलाम। इस कोरोना की महामारी में इंसानियत और राष्ट्र की सेवा के लिए हमने जो किया है वो हमारा कर्तव्य था। हमारे इस कर्तव्य को इंडो अमेरिकन चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स ने और ज्यूरी ने सराहा है, हमको पुरस्कृत किया है। इसके लिए हम इंडो अमेरिकन चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स के और तमाम ज्यूरी मेंबर्स के हम आभारी हैं और उनका हम शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं। हमें यकीन है अन्य सभी उम्मीदवारों को समान रूप से विजेता है। हम उन सभी का तहे दिल से सराहना करते हैं। धन्यवाद।
हम सभी की
Thank you, Mr. Sheikh, thank you for all your excellent contribution and effort that you have been doing, and thank you, Mr. Bhagat, for announcing the award. The next is the exemplary work done by an individual during the pandemic by an individual in USA. To announce the award, I would like to request Mr. Nanik Rupani, our jury member and our advisory board chair for IACC West India Council, to kindly announce the name of the winner. Over to you, Mr. Rupani.
Thank you very much, Rakhi. Thank you, Naushad, for having me with you. It's a proud privilege for me. The next award goes to a very well-known, who needs no introduction, who has done a human service. I think everybody knows him. It's Chef Vikas Khanna, and is responsible for the Feed India campaign, which fed 40 million meals to Indians starting from the lockdown period till now. He has helped to provide dry ration to families, cooked meals and slippers to stranded migrants and others, and sanitary pads and other essentials to the needy. I think I can go on talking about his achievement, and being a jury, he was unanimously, elected for this award. My compliments to him, and it is a pleasure and honor for me to hand over this award virtually to Mr. Vikas Khanna. Thank you very much. Thank you.
He's all over the country.
Thank you, Chef Vikas Khanna.
This only happened because when so many people came together. The last few months have been very dark in our lives, but we also learned some lessons that how connected we are. At the same time, our true strength is our solidarity. Feed India is my duty towards my country. All the success, all the privileges, all the platforms I've had in my life are all an extension of India, its culture and its cuisine.
Thank you. Yeah, you can move forward. Thank you.
Rakhi, you're on mute.
Thank you, Chef Vikas Khanna, for your excellent contribution and efforts. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rupani, for announcing the award. Moving on to the next category of award is exemplary work done by a foundation in India and US. So the first one would be exemplary work done to combat the impact of COVID-19 by a foundation in India. And to announce the award, I would like to request Ms. Urmila Markeli, Senior Vice President, Executory Technologies. Over to you, Ms. Markeli.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. The award for exemplary work done by a foundation in India goes to the Akshaya Patra Foundation. Till date, they have served 6 crores 17,51,822 cumulative meals served, consisting of 2 crores 91,36,736 cooked meals and more. Distributed 7,80,203 grocery kits, which can serve 2 people with 42 meals for 21 days. The foundation provides freshly cooked meals served across 17 locations in 7 states and 2 union territories. Thank you.
Be chosen as a winner for IACC's COVID Crusaders Award in the Foundation category India. This humongous effort has been made possible due to the support from our donors, volunteers, government partners, and dedicated staff members across the country. This has been immensely humbling for me, as this gives us a cause to reflect how every small contribution can come together and create a big movement in transforming lives. I once again thank IACC and our donors, volunteers, and the government partners for enabling us to win this award, and we look forward to doing more and more service to our country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Venkat, and your team for the excellent contribution. And thank you, Ms. Markeli, for announcing the name of the award. The next award goes to, will be the exemplary work done by an NGO in India and US. So the first one would be exemplary work done by an NGO in India, and for that I would request Mr. Suresh Kotak, our jury member and advisory board co-chair, to kindly announce the name of the winner. Over to you, sir.
Gunj. The word Gunj is associated with Gunjan. Now Gunjan means delivering spiritual vibes. The spiritual, and this Gunj organization has created philanthropic vibes, and we are very happy to see that they did help 43,500 needy families in the lockdown. They distributed 99,000 ready-to-eat meals and 6 lakh kilograms of ration to the poor. They supported 15 community kitchens with 38,000 kilos of rations for 1.27 lakh meals. They have made 1.21 lakh masks and over 45,000 cloth sanitary pads, and aims to generate livelihood for 10,000 families in villages across the country. I am very, very happy that Gunj has done the divinity Gunjan, and I congratulate them, and I am very happy to introduce them. Thank you.
I have been telling the larger world that COVID literally came as a tamacha or as a thappad, and for a lot of us who had our own arrogance of our own lifestyle, to our knowledge and all, this invisible virus really shattered us. And this was also the time to recognize the efforts of labor whom we call unskilled migrant labor, or a farmer who is never valued in this country. I mean, we value food more than the farmer. This was also a time to recognize the value of the people who made houses for us and they remained homeless, or who produced food for us but remained, on the road. So this gave us a chance to do something, and I'm happy that Indo-American Chambers of Commerce has recognized the efforts of, or rather small efforts of our institution called Gunj. I don't know about the future of the people, but yes, we had to respond fast, and we tried to do that. We worked in parts of 25 states. My sincere thanks to the team which took all the risk, hundreds and thousands of well-wishers, supporters, people who are standing with us to do this. The struggle is on, and it will go on for quite some time, because the fact also remains that a large number of people who came to the zero level of life or some level of life in the last few years have again gone back to the minus level, and maybe that is the reason that good people need to do more good, and we all need to make much more efforts to make sure that we value the human being, and we also stand with the people. Thank you very much, and all the best on behalf of Gunj, its team, its well-wishers, and all of us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anshu Gupta, and your entire team for the outstanding contribution you've been doing during this pandemic. And thank you so much, Mr. Kotak. Thank you for announcing the name of the awardee. Our next award will be for the exemplary work done by a NGO in USA. To announce the award, I would like to request Mr. Shailesh Haribhakti, jury member and our advisory board member of IACC West India Council, to kindly announce the name of the winner. Over to you, sir.
Rakhi, I must request that you help me to actually announce the name, and I'll give the wrap around it, because I'm on the screen and my device has the name. So if you can please help me with the name, that would be wonderful.
So the award goes to Heifer International, and the person whose message we will be recording, we will be telecasting, is Mr. Ferrari.
Well, my very special congratulations to Heifer International. We were very impressed by the extraordinary work that they've done during these extraordinary times, the Black Swan event that has overtaken the whole world. And so we are extremely happy that you are going to receive this award, and we would look forward to your continuing contribution both in the US and in India. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
These farmers are on the front lines of the global epidemic, making sure the communities have access to safe, healthy, and nutritious food. Our expert staff are working alongside farmers. They are the people that power our work, and I gladly accept this award on their behalf. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ferrari, for the excellent contribution you've been doing towards to humanity. And thank you so much, Mr. Haribhakti, for announcing the name of the award. Thank you so much. So the next award for the evening is exemplary work done by a corporate in India and USA. So the first one is the exemplary work by a corporate in India. And we have two winners in this category. So to announce the award, the first award, I would like to request Mr. Pranay Vakil, our jury member and advisory board member of IACC West India Council, to kindly announce the name of the awardee. Over to you, Mr. Vakil.
Well, good evening, everyone. And thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Naushad, for inviting me to the jury and helping us all select this winner. The award for the exemplary work done by a corporate in India goes to the one and only Godrej Group. I've been associated with this group for about a decade now, and I'm very proud that Godrej Group is getting this award. Godrej Group in this difficult time has done a lot of stuff. Godrej Group has earmarked ₹50 crores for the support and relief. For this purpose, they've donated 5 crores to buy medical equipment and protective supplies to the BMC. They've donated 115 hospital beds and set up 75-bed quarantine center. They've also distributed 1 million packets of Godrej Protect hand wash across Maharashtra. Let me take this pleasure of handing over this award to the chairman of Godrej Group, Mr. Adi Godrej. Thank you.
So Rakhi, we don't have Mr. Godrej's message, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Pranay, since as a jury member, you abstained from voting because of a conflict, I think you can very well accept the award on behalf of Mr. Adi Godrej. So we give this award to you on behalf of IACC for the Godrej Group. You may want to thank as an awardee also now.
Thank you very, very much. And I will make sure that I pass this on to Mr. Adi Godrej virtually and physically when I meet with him when I come back to India. Thank you very much, Naushad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vakil. Thank you so much for doing the honors. And thanks to the entire Godrej Group and Mr. Adi Godrej for all their the excellent contribution and the support they've been extending towards the society. Thank you so much. The next award for the exemplary work done by a corporate in India, we would like to request Ms. Rajalakshmi Rao, our National President, to kindly announce the name of the award winners. So over to you, Ms. Rao.
Ma'am, can I request you to unmute?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. The joint winner of the award for exemplary work done by a corporate in India goes to Mahindra & Mahindra. Mahindra Group has donated 50 crores to the PM Cares Fund. They have produced and distributed over 3 lakh face shields, 5 lakh 3-ply face masks and 450 aerosol boxes, and they launched HOPE. HOPE is helping up people during emergencies to support truck drivers financially. They have distributed ration and essentials to almost 92,000 individuals. And Mahindra Group has been doing this corporate social responsibility much before CSR started in India. They've been known for this kind of to humanity and also in need of emergency like this. Congratulations, Mahindra & Mahindra.
I would like to thank the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce for acknowledging our COVID-19 related relief effort. While this pandemic has brought hardships and unprecedented challenges for individuals and societies at large, it has also revealed the true nature of the human spirit, the spirit of selflessness, generosity, and fortitude. Over the past few months, our teams have tirelessly used their expertise and resources to manufacture face shields, face masks, aerosol boxes, and hand sanitizers. True to our spirit of RISE, our CSR teams and employees across India and across our global subsidiaries have been rapidly expanding operations to assist medical personnel, the police force, and social welfare organizations by providing cooked meals, dry green packets, distributing PPE materials, and sanitizers. The Mahindra dealer and supplier fraternity took upon themselves to support migrant workers and others needing help in their own localities. What makes me truly happy is that all of this was done by our teams on their own without being asked. And in many cases, they risked their own safety to provide this service to the society. I'm sure that such display of resilience and fortitude from across the world will help humanity see through these turbulent times. Thank you, IACC. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Rao. Thank you for announcing the name of the awardee, and thank you, Mr. Goenka, for accepting the award, for your message. Thank you so much. Moving to the next award is the exemplary work by a corporate in USA. To announce the award winner, I would like to request our regional president, Naushad Panjwani, to kindly do the honors. Over to you, Naushad. Naushad, you're on mute.
Yes. Rakhi?
Yes, Naushad.
Yeah, I don't have the citation for this in front of me. Can you help me with that, please?
Sure. So the award goes to Wallace Bank of Houston. Mr. Asif Dakri, who is the CEO, he will be receiving the award, and his message will be given out.
So congratulations to the team at Wallace Bank, and let's hear his message.
Sure.
Good evening. Thank you to the IACC and the selection committee for selecting Wallace Bank as the COVID Crusaders Award for exemplary work done by a corporate in the USA. I'd like to take this minute also to thank the other nominees and award winners this evening for all the outstanding work everyone has done during this unprecedented time. In March of this year, the United States government set out new laws to help small businesses and individual business owners via the Paycheck Protection Program. Wallace Bank, being a strong community-focused bank, took the charge and implemented this program as quickly as possible. Within 3 months, the bank was able to help over 3,600 small businesses to the tune of over $350 million in financial aid. The bank worked 24 hours a day to ensure that those who needed the help received the assistance required. The bank has been recognized as one of the largest originators of PPP loans in the regions that we operate in. But more importantly, we have been recognized as the #1 lender to people of color and the #1 lender to women-owned businesses. None of these awards would be possible without the sacrifice of our employees. Our employees were committed to helping those who needed it the most, and we thank them for that. The bank has been able to accomplish many things over the last several months, but there's much more work to be done. We as Wallace Bank stay committed to doing what we can to help those in need during this crisis. Thank you again from Wallace Bank, and we hope and pray that everyone stays safe and healthy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dakri, for all the outstanding contribution you've been doing. Thank you, Naushad. The next category of the award is exemplary work done by MSMEs and startups in US and India. So to announce the award for exemplary work done by an MSME or startup in India, I would like to request Mr. Harish Mehta, our jury member and advisory board member of IACC West India Council, to kindly do the honors. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Naushad, and of course, Raja, giving me the opportunity to be a member of the jury. The winner of the award for exemplary work done by an MSME or in a startup in India is MyLab Discovery Solutions. When the pandemic struck, the need for testing kit from all over the world was very high from very few manufacturers in the world. That was a time when MyLab came forward. In less than 6 months, they developed made in India based testing kit. And now this testing kit not only is made in India, but also is 1/4 the cost of what the cost was at that point in time. And it can now test 100 patients at a time, plus in an automated lab, it can test 1,000 patients a day. So congratulations, MyLab, for doing a brilliant job.
Hi all. On behalf of complete MyLab family, we are really thankful to Indo-American Chamber of Commerce for this prestigious award. We are really humbled, we are really honored, and we are accepting this award with a lot of honor. It was our privilege to be honored by such a eminent body, and it really gave us a lot of encouragement to do our work more sincerely, more honestly, and go ahead in this task. This is a challenge which is thrown to the society, to the country, and I will say to the humanity. So we are responding to it with support from all of you, and we will continue to do so. Thank you all. Thank you all again and again. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kaware, and the entire team of my lab for doing all the excellent work that you've been doing. And thank you so much, Mr. Harish Mehta, for announcing the awardee name. Moving on to the next award, like I said, again for exemplary work by an MSME and startup in USA. We have 2 winners for this category. To announce the first award winner, I would like to request Mr. Dinesh Agarwal, our jury member and regional president of IACC East India Council, to do the honors, please. Over to you, Mr. Agarwal.
Thanks, Rakhi. Good evening, everybody. The winner of the award for exemplary work done by an MSME or a startup in USA is Perennials and Sutherland LLC. Perennials and Sutherland converted their rug factory in India to produce personal protective equipment PPE, including masks, supplied over a lakh of masks free to all their employees, families, and others. They educated rural communities to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Congratulations to Perennials and Sutherland LLC and their MD, Mr. Anmol Binwale. Over to you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Hello everyone. This is Amol Biniwale. I am the Managing Director for Perennials India. Today, I would like to thank the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce along with US Consulate, Mumbai, for recognizing our work, which was our duty towards the nation and the mankind in the times of COVID-19 pandemic. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor. I would also like to thank the jury. I'm sure they had tough times selecting the winners because each nominee was a winner in his or her own right. During this pandemic, as the world came to a stop with or because of this unseen, unknown enemy, we decided that we will utilize our weavers and workers to make masks, which was, is, and will be the only weapon to fight this menace. We cannot stop all the 3 outlets from where the virus enters the body, which are eyes, nose, and the mouth. But at least the nose, the mouth can be covered using the mask, which was our intent, by creating 100,000 masks and donating them, distributing them to the underprivileged, to the government employees, to the COVID warriors who have been battling day in, day out to safeguard all of us. We donated these masks to them, and we are very satisfied with the effort by not only protecting these guys, but educating the underprivileged and the rural population about the importance of the masks. I take an utmost pride in my entire team. Without taking any further time, I would like to convey, be safe, be secure. I'm sure we all will come out winners together. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amol Benivale, for all the excellent work you and your team has been doing. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mr. Agarwal, for announcing the award's name. To move on to the second winner for exemplary work done by an MSME and or a startup in USA, I would request our jury member and regional president of North India Council, Mr. Dr. Lalit Bhasin, to kindly do the honors. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Rakhi. Good evening, Naushad. Good evening, our national president, Mrs. Rajalakshmi Rao, and all the jury members. The joint winner of the award for exemplary work done by MSME startup in USA is none other than Seva Tech Inc. A few years ago, Seva Tech opened Seva Truck, a Meals on Wheels non-profit that feeds thousands of children a year at area Title I schools. They have served tens of thousands of free meals through their Seva Truck. Since COVID struck, they have made 20,000 burritos and are serving 2,000 meals every week to students, veterans, and anyone who needs a meal. So I have great pleasure in presenting, this award to the winner, that is Seva Tech Inc.
Good evening. My name is Sunny Kakar. I'm the founder and the CEO of Seva Tech and the executive director of Seva Truck. The four-letter word that you recognize across both those names is Seva, serving a higher purpose. It's the core of the Sikh belief system. It's the core of the Indian culture. It's about giving of yourself more than just beyond yourself, more than your immediate family, but really to humanity at large. We started Seva Truck 4.5 years ago to serve a very critical need in our communities. There were kids going hungry, where they may get breakfast and lunch in school, but they weren't getting a proper meal in the evening. And so that's where Seva Truck was mobile, able to go to where the needs are and provide hot, fresh vegetarian meals where and when they were needed. Fast forward, 6 months ago, the whole world gets hit with COVID. And so we were uniquely positioned to be, number one, mobile, had a system already in place where we could actually get out and provide this much needed food at a time when the needs exacerbated. They grew exponentially. And so we're really fortunate and blessed that we were able to serve that need. We've gone from serving 400 or 500 meals a week to serving 400 or 500 meals a day, Monday through Friday. And so really, really proud of that and really amazed at the support we've gotten throughout the community to continue this very, very important work now and into the future. Our plans are to expand, add another truck. We've added one in Detroit, Michigan. We're going to go to other cities and add more here in the DC area. Anyway, I really am humbled. I really thank you very much, the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, for this recognition, for the people that were on the committee. It really is an honor for us, the entire team that really supports this very important mission. So again, I thank you very much, and I hope you have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you so much, Mr. Soni Kakar and the entire team of Seva Tech for all your contribution. Thank you so much, and thank you so very much to Dr. Bhasin for announcing the awardee's name. We would now like to move on to the next category of the award, which is exemplary work done by Bureaucrat to combat the impact of COVID-19. So the first would be Bureaucrat in India, and to announce the award winner, I would like to request Ms. Purvi Chatani, our program chair and immediate past regional president, IACC West India Council, to kindly do the honors. Over to you, Purvi.
Thank you, Rakhi. So the winner of the award for the exemplary bureaucrat in India is Mr. Iqbal Singh Chahal, the Municipal Commissioner of the BMC. I'm really, really delighted that I get to present this award because what they have done in Dharavi is amazing. So the BMC, amongst the myriad other tasks, was in charge of Dharavi mission to contain COVID in that area. And lockdown and social distancing in Dharavi must have been a Herculean task. Despite that, they've done wonders in keeping the number of cases down. Even before we started looking at nominations for this award, I always thought that whoever is working in Dharavi is doing a superb job. People there are packed tighter than they are anywhere else in the world, and yet the proportion of cases is unbelievable. Mr. Chahal and his team focused on rigorous contact tracing, creating large quarantine facilities, and isolating vulnerable members of the population. They also ensured a rigorous hygiene regimen that included disinfecting the public toilets several times a day. Two other key initiatives that helped contain the infections, BMC taking over private hospitals for treatment and ramping up testing, also contributed to their phenomenal success. Thank you, Mr. Chahal, for all the work that you and your team do for Mumbai and especially what you've done in Dharavi. Thank you so much. I'm a Mumbaikar and I'm delighted to have you looking after us. Thank you.
It's my honor and privilege to receive the recognition for our work, which is not only our national duty, but also a great service to mankind in the present times of COVID-19. I accept this recognition with a sense of great humility.
We need to play him back
grateful
again.
To the Indo-American
Gibran, can
Chamber
we
of Commerce. I'm
play
also
it back
thankful
again.
to the jury.
Gibran?
On the 8th of May, when the government of Maharashtra appointed me as
The video sound is
Mumbai,
not there.
I made a promise to my heart and soul
Gibran,
that I
can
shall
you hear
try
us?
my best. And our team BMC has been the best. Team BMC has given effective response to the COVID fight. The 4 pillars of COVID fight, namely
Sujata?
testing, ambulances,
I'm on call.
patient
I'm on call,
management,
Nashad.
hospital
Yeah, sir,
management
just checking.
have all
Just
been
a
put on
minute, yeah.
autopilot. Team BMC has lost more than 200 of its colleagues in this fight against COVID, and more than 5,000 people have become COVID positive. But the show goes on, and I salute them for this. I am sure the other nominees are equally competent and deserving, and they're winners in their own.
Or we move on to the next one
right.
and then come back to this, please.
Thank you very much. Jai Hind,
Sure.
Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you so much, Purvi, for announcing the name of the awardee. The next award for exemplary work done by a bureaucrat in USA. To announce the award, I would request Mr. Anand Desai to kindly do the honors.
Thank you, Raki. The award for exemplary work done by a bureaucrat in USA goes to the Mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner. Mr. Turner showed leadership in the early stages, helped keep cases low compared to many other large cities. It's been a tough time, I think, for all leaders, wherever they are, wherever they're placed, whether it's smaller communities or larger ones. But the efforts put in on testing, financial aid, food assistance, and even encouraging physical distancing, which was not at all popular at a point of time when people thought this will go away, and the constant messaging to keep people's confidence up and do whatever could be done to contain the virus is indeed credible. Congratulations.
We would request now to play the video that we have
On
received
behalf
from
of
Houston.
the President and Chairman of the Board of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Houston, Tarush Anand, past President Sanjay Ramabhadran, and our board and members, we thank IACC India Western Regional Council for honoring the Mayor of the wonderful city of Houston with the COVID Crusader Award 2020. I have been requested by IACC India to read out his message, which has already been transmitted to you, and it's my privilege to do so. Dear Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, on behalf of all Houstonians, I, Mayor Sylvester Turner, humbly accept the COVID Crusader Award 2020 from the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, West India Council. It is the resilience and generosity of Houstonians from all walks of life that helps us look out for each other during these challenging times. During my 2018 trade mission to Delhi and Mumbai, I experienced firsthand the hospitality and friendship of our colleagues in the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce and look forward to seeing you again in Houston once COVID-related travel constraints are behind us. Following our trade mission last year in September, Houston hosted the Prime Minister of India at the Howdy Modi reception. The world saw the rich diversity of Houston and the inclusive city that Houston is. It is no surprise that Houston is ranked in the top 3 global cities of the future. I look forward to further strengthening our partnership in global supply chain solutions, healthcare, energy, innovation, and trade through the Port of Houston and the Houston Airport systems. Thank you again for the honor of being chosen as a IACC COVID Crusader. Sincerely, Sylvester Turner, Mayor, City of Houston.
Thank you so much, Jagdeep. As always, big support, big help from IACC Greater Houston. And thank you so much, Mayor Turner, Sylvester Turner, for your contribution.
इस कोरोना की महामारी में इंसान
Thank you so very much. Now we move on to a special segment which is on the Lifetime Achievement Award. And to announce this award, I would like to request our Regional President, Mr. Naushad Panchwani. Over to you, Naushad.
Thank you, Rakhi. This gives me the greatest pleasure during the entire year of my presidency to announce a Lifetime Achievement Award for the very first time that IACC is conferring on any individual. And rightly so, undeniably, unanimously, all of us will agree that Mr. Ratan N. Tata is the most apt individual to receive this award for the great work that he has done in the Indo-US business corridor. I take pleasure in reading out the citation that will be given to him on the day when he invites us for receiving this award, which we are waiting for the lockdown to be lifted, and with his health and other concerns, we do not want to impose with a large gathering. So we'll do it in a private ceremony very soon. So here's the citation. I quote, Mr. Ratan N. Tata, humble, intellectual, gracious, ethical, curious, determined, focused, confident, compassionate, fearless, collaborative, empowering, genuine, creative, animal lover, architect, philanthropist, humanitarian, pilot. We can read through all the adjectives, and yet it will be difficult to describe a person of the caliber of Mr. Ratan N. Tata through these mere words. He not only personifies each and every word mentioned above, but has practiced, taught, and most importantly, inspired others to walk this path. The word which comes closest to describing Mr. Ratan Tata is pilot. A simple word, but he is a qualified pilot himself and first civilian to fly an F-16 combat aircraft. He took over the wings of Tata Empire in very turbulent times, flew it with elan through tempestuous winds of change, and emerged, bringing the Tata Group as a whole into a new era. His extraordinary vision clearly saw that the future for India's largest conglomerate was in solidarity and institutionalization. He will forever be remembered for the remarkable transformation of the 152-year-old group from a domestic market-focused, loosely connected agglomerate of business functioning under the Tata umbrella into an ambitious, integrated business house that realized a large percentage of its revenues from global markets. He was the first Indian to recognize and tap the potential of the US market. So much so that in the 3 decades of his leadership, the Tata Group became the largest employer amongst the Indian companies operating in the USA. Mr. Ratan Tata's appointment as chairman coincided with the year of economic liberalization in India, opening up the market to foreign competitors. The Tata Group was considered vulnerable owing to its size, diversity, decentralized structure, and the recent retirement of its enigmatic chairman, Mr. J.R.D. Tata. During this trial by fire, Mr. Ratan Tata proved his mettle by not only holding the group together, but by growing the revenues manyfold from $6 billion to over $100 billion in the year 2011-12 when he stepped down. Most importantly, strengthened the competitive position of the flagship companies of the group. At the time of his stepping down, Tata Steel rose to be one of the largest steel producers in the world. Under his leadership, Tata Motors, besides trucks as a traditional product, ventured into passenger cars that ranged from the low-cost Indica to the luxury brands Jaguar and Land Rover. During his tenure, like the other companies of the Tata Group, Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, ranked amongst the top 10 software service providers in the world, and Tata Global Beverages became one of the global majors in the tea industry. His vision of consolidating the Tata brand paid heed in the jewelry business too. By bringing the trust factor in the jewelry segment, Titan, the other brand of Tata, apart from sustaining its leadership of the Indian watch market, emerged as the market leader in jewelry business in India. His focus on innovation and boldness in acquisition of international brands saw Tata Group emerging as a name to reckon with, alongside large international MNCs in the global arena. Mr. Ratan Tata continues to fan the flames of innovation through personal guidance to Indian startups looking to grow under the mentorship of the most experienced business and human leaders in the world. The Tata Group has made philanthropy and social service part of its DNA, and this torch has been carried forward by Mr. Ratan Tata. The establishment and finance of numerous research, educational and cultural institutes in India and abroad have seen the Tata Group awarded the Carnegie Medal of Philanthropy. The Indo-American Chamber of Commerce is honored and privileged to felicitate this outstanding and multifaceted business tycoon, Mr. Ratan Tata, with a lifetime achievement and global leadership award. Unquote. Thank you. We are very thankful that he has accepted this award, agreed to accept this award, which we understand he's a very shy person and he keeps away from such functions and such awards being conferred upon him. And we are really indeed grateful for his gesture, and we will hand over this award when we meet him personally very soon. Thank you, Rakhi.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Naushad. Well, like we all say, all our programs, we need supporters and our partners. So here I would like to play the video of Futurism Technologies, our another gold partner who has supported us. So like they say, there's always a good thing and a bad thing for everything. So while we are doing an online session, the good is we get everybody's participation, but there's always a technical glitch somewhere. So we will play the video of Futurism later. Before that, I would just like to say a few words that IACC COVID Crusaders Awards 2020 hopefully have encouraged all our members, guests, and of course the winners to continue keep doing the wonderful work that they have been doing. So now for vote of thanks, I would like to call upon stage, I can't say sorry about that. So I would like to request our second Vice President, Saurav Shah, IACC West India Council, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Saurav Shah is a corporate advisor and a business strategist. He is the CEO of Universal Business and Corporate Services Center, a business consultancy firm. Saurav is on the board of Indian Merchants Chamber and various other renowned organizations. Over to you, Saurav. I would request you to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Saurav,
Thank you, Rakhi. Sorry for this. Friends, now this is a time to recognize, appreciate, and acknowledge the time, passion, dedication, and support of many people who have contributed immensely to this evening's celebration. I deem it a great privilege and honor to present the vote of thanks on this occasion. It is a privilege and honor to have the Governor of Maharashtra amongst us as the chief guest. Thank you, Honorable Governor, Shri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji, for gracing us with your presence. Sir, your words of wisdom and inspiration was really motivating for our winners as well as who all are present here today. We are grateful to the Honorable Governor of Akansa, Mr. Asa Hutchinson, for accepting our invitation to be the guest of honor in spite of his busy schedule and for sending us the wonderful message which was telecasted a few minutes ago. It is also our privilege and honor to have the US Consulate General, Mumbai, Mr. David Rance, amongst us as the guest of honor. Thank you, sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule and addressing our winners and the Indo-US business community. On behalf of IACC, I would like to congratulate our winners for the commendable job that they have been doing. Also, I would like to thank them and their team's cooperation, which helped in making this event successful. I express my gratitude to all the eminent people who helped us making this event a success. First, our jury panelists for accepting to undertake the toughest job of the program and for being present here today. Thank you, Mr. Dinesh Agarwal, Mr. Harish Mehta, Dr. Lalit Bhasin, Dr. Lalit Kanodia, Mr. Nanik Rupani, Mr. Pranay Vakil, Mr. Shailesh Haribhakti, Mr. Suresh Kotak. Then my sincere gratitude to the program chair, Mr. Anand Desai, and co-chair, Ms. Purvi Chotani. Thank you for your leadership and advice. I would like to thank the regional president, Mr. Naushad Panjwani, for his leadership, and I must compliment him for his resilience in making this happen at the face of the worst of adversities. Thank you, Naushad. My sincere gratitude to IACC's leadership, Madam Ms. Rajalakshmi Rao, for gracing us with her presence and for always being the guiding star. This event could not have been done without our very kind sponsors. We cannot thank them enough for their support. Please bear with me, the list is a little long, but we must acknowledge their support. Our gold partners, Signity, thank you Ms. Urmila Markeli and Mr. Rahul Bose for your generous contribution. Futurism Technologies, thank you Mr. Shital Pansare for your continuous faith and supporting us. Our silver partners, CISB, thank you Mr. K.N. Pimple and Mr. Alban Rodrigues, our most treasured and consistent supporter. L&T Services, thank you Mr. Anirudh Basu for being a patron to the awards and for your support. Kotak Commodities, thank you Mr. Suresh Kotak. West India Council is not only indebted to you for all your relentless advice and guidance, but also your contribution and support. Thank you. Our associate partners, Vidam, thank you Mr. Rajesh Tripathi for your continued cooperation and patronage. Kelly Dry, thank you Mr. Deepak Nambiar for all the cooperation and untethered patronage. Our event partner, BIAP, Board of Industry Academia Partnership, thank you for all the technical support, Mr. Gibran and Mr. Viraj, and for managing this event flawlessly. I would also like to thank our overseas partners, contributors who have helped us get the nominations. Thank you, Mr. Jagdeep Aluwalia from IACC, Greater Houston, Mr. Neil Jensen, Arkansas State Department, Ms. Juhi Naithani, FedEx County, Ms. Anita Ninan from Georgia Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Prasad Vanpal from Indian Consulate General, Georgia, Atlanta, Ms. Nil Gonguntla from US-India Dallas Chamber of Commerce. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Rajesh Bhagat and Ms. Rakhi Panda, the program coordinators, who along with their dynamic team put this program together and did a commendable job in terms of the nominations and in-depth case presentation now. Thank you. Thank you, Rakhi. Thank you, Rajesh. Last but not the least, I bestow my gratitude upon the audience who have been actively participating in all our programs and especially in today's program. Once again, thanks to one and all for attending. And now I would like to take permission from all the dignitaries present here to end the program. Thank you. Have a wonderful day for the people who are attending this from US, and have a wonderful evening to our Indian friends.
Saurabh, I would like to take 2 minutes.
It's here, not dormant, neither redundant. It's pulsating, inspiring new ideas in IT services and product development for healthcare, supply chain, banking, financial services, and insurance. Telecom, architecting tech evolution with artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things, blockchain. In future, we're carving at Futurism Technologies of smarter product lifecycle management to advance enterprise infrastructure with legacy integration, reduce time to market to increase ROI. A window perfected with our leadership in information technology, consulting, infrastructure and digital transformation with a global presence, a robust partner network, and a customer-focused quality approach. Etching 18 years of industry transformation for 1,000+ diverse clients, making us the ground zero for technology solutions and services to address enterprise vision, faster and with smarter approaches, with 3 major certifications, solving problems, collaborating, and continuously learning. We're ready for transforming your world and its future. It's here. It's now. Future of digital transformation with Futurism Technologies.
Rakhi, unmute, please.
With this, we come to the end of the awards program. So I would request Jabran and your team to kindly stop the video going online, please. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.